Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day, no matter where you are in this incredible world. Today we're diving into an exciting topic, XRP. Buckle up because there's a lot to unpack. Let's kick things off with a thought-provoking tweet from Mate Jurassy. He's calling out Vanguard for not allowing brokerage access to crypto ETFs and dropped his top 3 beliefs on the future of the category. Here's the gist. Number 1, BlackRock should absolutely file for spot ETFs for assets like XRP and Solana. Number 2, a crypto index ETF is a must to keep up with the growing demand. Number 3, BlackRock needs to step up and protect its leadership position in the crypto ETF space. Honestly, I have to agree. Why hasn't BlackRock filed for a spot XRP ETF yet? What's the holdup? It's curious, isn't it, that Larry Fink rarely mentions Ripple or XRP publicly, and Brad Garlinghouse doesn't say much about BlackRock either. Is there something brewing behind the scenes? What are your thoughts? Imagine this, BlackRock filing for a spot XRP ETF. Right now, Bitcoin dominates the ETF landscape. But what happens when XRP enters the arena? I believe we'll see institutions shift gears in a big way, reallocating faster than anyone expects. Take a look at what's already happening. Bitcoin spot ETF assets have surged past $150 billion, with Ether quietly following in its wake. The rally is real and it's showing in the flows. But picture this, an XRP spot ETF hits the market. I firmly believe it has the potential to outperform Bitcoin's ETFs by 4x. Why? The demand for XRP is already undeniable. Institutions seem to recognize a unique value in XRP, one that could dwarf what they currently see in Bitcoin. There's some exciting momentum building around XRP right now. Companies are even creating XRP treasuries, and this trend is only going to grow. That's why I believe XRP ETFs could be a massive success. Let's talk numbers. How could 10,000 XRP potentially turn into $33.8 million? Here's the thing. You don't actually need 10,000 XRP to see life-changing results. Even holding 1,000 XRP could make a huge impact. In fact, if XRP ever hits $3,380, holding just 1,000 XRP would mean walking away with $3.38 million. So don't let anyone tell you that you need 10,000 XRP to achieve financial freedom. That's just not true. Even smaller amounts have the potential to be life-changing. This could truly be an incredible opportunity. It's all about having a solid game plan when it comes to building wealth in the crypto space. If you're earning passive income and reinvesting it by buying more crypto, you can grow your portfolio significantly, even with a small initial investment. Every now and then, especially when excitement around XRP picks up, you'll see articles popping up everywhere. The key, stack as much as you can, stay patient, and let things play out. You could see major gains. According to Black Swan Capitalist, XRP's value isn't stuck below $3 because it lacks potential. Far from it. It's because XRP challenges the status quo, exposes the flaws in the system, and disrupts the norm. That's why it's suppressed and still tied to Bitcoin's 4-year debt cycle. But once XRP breaks free from the shadow market and utility drives its price, everything changes. That's when it fully decouples from Bitcoin and it's game over in the best way possible. I was really hoping they'd make some solid progress this week. It'd be amazing. But realistically, it doesn't look like things will move that fast. According to Chad Steingraber, there are votes scheduled for Wednesday on market structure and Thursday for stablecoins. Meanwhile, Smoke highlighted that the US Senate has set a target deadline of September 30th for a landmark crypto regulation bill focusing on stablecoins and market structure. The big question is, will they fast track it this week, or will we have to wait until September? We all know how it goes with politicians. They make big promises about getting things done, but often it just ends up being more talk. However, once we get clear regulations in place, everything will change, especially for innovation in crypto in the US. That's when things will start moving much faster because regulations give the green light for real progress. Now, there's still some hesitation from institutions and even people who want to tokenize assets. They're holding back thinking maybe we shouldn't dive in just yet. Let's wait for the regulations first. But once those regulations are in place, it's going to unlock a whole new level of utility. And when that utility starts driving XRP's value, like I've said before, it's game over in the best way possible. The SEC is expected to announce the end of the Ripple case on July 17th, but we've got another closed door meeting with them first. Honestly, I don't think anything major will happen that day. It'd be amazing if it did, but we've seen these meetings come and go before. My guess, the SEC will make a big announcement when we least expect it. Here's something to keep in mind. Before the SEC officially says anything, the market will likely react first. You'll probably notice the price of XRP start to spike, and then 10 to 15 minutes later, the news will drop. It's a pattern we've seen time and time again. On another note, Bernstein predicts a long and exciting crypto bull market ahead, with Bitcoin potentially hitting $200,000 by early 2026. I honestly, now don't get me wrong, it would be amazing to see Bitcoin hit 200K. I just think it's pretty unlikely. If I had to guess, the top might be closer to 150K. That said, I don't expect Bitcoin's current run to last into 2026. We're already seeing Bitcoin dominance start to break down, and I think this run will likely end well before the year is over. But hey, who knows? This cycle has already been delayed so many times, and now we're finally starting to see some upward movement. Everyone's starting to get excited again, so who knows? Maybe this does drag out that long, but honestly, I still don't see it hitting 200K. Who's going to clue them in on what utility actually is? Dave Weisberger even said it himself. XRP is like a beta to Bitcoin. That's pretty funny, right? I've talked about this before and got plenty of pushback for saying it. I told him straight up, the court case doesn't mean much. What really matters is that XRP moves as a beta to Bitcoin. And guess what? Bitcoin's been rising and XRP has done exactly what I said it would. It followed Bitcoin's lead. When Bitcoin goes up, XRP goes up even more because of its high beta. When Bitcoin slows down, XRP slows down. And when Bitcoin drops, well, you get the idea. Right now, XRP is definitely following Bitcoin, just like he's saying. But here's the thing. This isn't going to last forever. Once XRP's utility kicks in, it's going to chart its own path. And that's when things will really get interesting. I'm just saying, a lot of these people you hear from now, you probably won't hear from them again soon. Just wait until Tether either crashes or completely loses its peg. When that happens, guess what? Bitcoin's going down with it because Tether's been holding up Bitcoin's price for a long time. Plus, Bitcoin's pretty tied to US debt at a time when the country seems ready to shift away from the current US dollar into its fiat form. They're already talking about moving to a digital dollar backed by gold or other assets. Things are changing fast. That's also why nobody seems to care about the petrodollar anymore. Honestly, I still think the Federal Reserve itself could come to an end eventually, and it might even line up with Jerome Powell's term ending in 2026. After all, if we have a gold-backed digital dollar, what would we need the Fed for? At that point, there's really no reason to even have the Fed anymore. And here's the thing. No matter what form the US dollar takes, whether it's fiat or digital, you still need a bridge asset to move it efficiently across borders. Think about it. If the US is sending money to China, they're not going to go straight from the digital dollar to China's system. Instead, they'll go from the digital dollar to XRP, and then it'll come out on the other side as the digital yuan. Same thing with Russia, same thing with the EU. No matter who's involved, you always need that bridge. That's what makes XRP so incredible. It can bridge anything of value instantly and seamlessly. I'm telling you, when that utility run kicks off, you'll want to be holding XRP. When that happens, nobody's going to be talking about Bitcoin's price anymore. It just won't matter. Look, even if Bitcoin gets to $200,000, how much are most people really going to make? Unless you're someone who bought a ton of Bitcoin back when it was dirt cheap, it's not going to matter much. If you're just putting in a few bucks week after week, you're not going to see massive gains. The real opportunity, it's in utility. People always say I'm an XRP maxi, but that's not really true. I'm a utility maxi. I see value in projects like IOTA, Algo, HBAR, XDC, XLM, QNT. And honestly, I think QNT is going to be a major player. When you look at which assets will actually power real world use cases, that's where you want to put your money. And until that future arrives, just stay patient, stay positive, and let's all win together. All right, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate every one of you, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care and have a great night.